Son of a bitch! Here I come to save the day!
Hell, Lottie frickin'
Quit playing with your dinghy.
Oh,
Sashi, you get a point.
Glob!
Oh my God.
I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response, Maddie.
What the fuck is that?
It's a palette.
Get your
Oh, you
hand
know
off
that
my
by now.
penis!
Thought you'd know that by now. You. Ah. Welcome in. I'm all right. Kind of tired, slept funny. Kind of slept funny today. How about you? Yeah, it took me a while to fall asleep, and then I like woke up to piss, and it turns out I only had been sleeping for like an hour, but I could have swore it felt like more. But then I overslept. At the time I woke up, where I'm like, oh, I don't feel like crazy terrible right now. But then like I woke up and it was just like, oh, I feel tired now. It was really odd. All right. Manic Monday. I thought it was Friday. Is it not Friday?
going to hell, fucker.
Friday's not even your Friday. How you doing, crotch burns? Here. See what I did there? Instead of calling you by your name, I changed it. Well, how you doing, Ron Johnson? I've done several flower still lifes when I, you know, decide to go buy some or I get some flowers. I just, you know, flowers are a lot of effort. You have to go out and buy them or get them. I'm doing swell, Ron. I'm doing well, Ron. Thanks for coming in, but I figured out this setup. Setup last night. I like this little devil guy. Cause I don't have a place to grow them, Rochburns. I live in a condo. I live in a condominium. If I had a yard, I would. Yeah, like if I want flowers, I have to go and buy them, essentially, Ron. Or I have to drive, you know, spend $30-something in gas to drive my parents if they want to get me. But so basically, I've gotten flowers in the past when I've been visiting my parents, and they had flowers that they, like, I've painted a few dead bouquets from them. Because my mom likes to have flowers. You live in a condo with a yard? Yeah, I live on the second floor, Rochburns. But so yeah, if I want to do flowers, I have to actively go out and buy them or procure them from somewhere. So it can make things difficult at times, but I haven't done flowers in a long time. I have a balcony, it's just not great for growing stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't done flowers. I haven't done like a bouquet of flowers in probably more than a year. Well, Mud. Look at you. Mud, great stream today. Mud had a great stream today. It was really great. Yeah, I know. You're switching your schedule. You switch your schedule to 7 days a week. Mud, I saw you on stream today. And you were replying to my comments. No, I did. I finished the hair immediately. Okay. You know, I just pulled out one of the several hundreds of bags of hairs I had in my closet. Was it Degas or someone who did one flower in a clear glass vase? Oh, God. That doesn't seem like a very Degas thing to do, Ron. But it's possible. To me, that seems more of like a Manet or a Renoir thing. Hell, even Van Gogh. I cannot recall one specifically from Degas. But, you know, I'm not as familiar with Degas' early stuff. That sounds like when you said that, my first thought was Manet, Ron. But I also wouldn't put it past like Caillebotte. I don't think Monet would ever do it. Degas is not my all-time favorite. He's one of my least favorite. Oh, sorry. There's a lot of Degas works that I do like, but the fact of the matter is Degas is one of the worst shitheads in the history of art. And you know this. Don't you bust my balls, Rochburns. Or should I say, crotch burns? I know. I know you are. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be let's go. Why can't I find the rest of my paints? Where the hell are they at? Blue, blue. Need my magenta. Is that the magenta or is this the... That's the magenta. Red, red, blue, 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 yellow. Need my hit white, which is right there. I need my Point Umber, which is right here. And I need my Impasto. Okay. It's already started, Maddie.
And that's a fact.
I forgot to limit that. I'm only doing one of those a stream, though. I gotta think of one. Don't abuse the system. Son of a bitch. Let's see. Hello, Icy, April, Dawn.
And that's a fact.
I said I'll only do one a stream. You just wasted your points. Let's see. It was Manet? Yeah, that makes sense. Manet has some good stuff. Alright, let's talk about painting techniques and why they came to be. Why they came to be. Who's here familiar with glazing? With glazing as an art technique? No, I'll just recharge you, Maddie. Alright. Glazing. People love it. I don't care for it. So that means it's terrible. But glazing is where traditionally you do, yeah, glazing and painting. I see, April. So glazing is where you do a value sketch, and usually, traditionally, it was like burnt sienna and lead white, or burnt umber or raw umber and lead white, and you create a value sketch of what you're painting, just using those two, and then you would glaze transparent colors on top of it, to add the color over the value sketches, and that's how a ton of Renaissance paintings were done. I would say probably 90 to like 95% plus were done like that. But do you know why they glaze so much, everybody? Do we know? There's a couple major reasons of why glazing was so prominent back then. Do we know why? Does anyone want to guess why glazing was the choice of technique back then? And basically why all like thought and technique around painting revolved around that as around glazing economy. Economical factors are one of them, Shasta. You could argue it's probably the most major reason. The colors, not because the paintings were big, the pigments definitely affected this decision. Paint was expected, yep. Transparent color on dried color, yep, that's the technique. So let's talk about economical factors. Everything about painting was exponentially more expensive back then. Okay? Canvases were, like the painting surfaces were tremendously expensive. If they painted on canvas, that's why they painted on wood a lot, but there was a lot of prep needed on that. All the pigments were expensive. To even have access to the pigments, you needed to be connected or a part of a guild or something, or part of the, have trade connections. The brushes were expensive. You had to make the paint when you painted. Makes things also difficult for like in a labor sense. And frankly, glazing, if you wanted to paint in the cheapest way possible, glazing is the cheapest way. Yeah, they had really slow computers back then. Because the most expensive pigments back then were the colored pigments, right? So if we're going back in history, we're talking Renaissance time, you had like the lead tin colors or the Naples lead colors. You had vermilion, you had the rose madder, you had the cochineal, you had the kermes, you had woad, you had indigo, you had vivianite, you had the blues like ultramarine, you know, realgar, cinnabar, orpiment, all expensive, all very expensive. So you could get more bang for your buck through glazing, and using the colors to a fuller extent for showing what they, you know, were through glazing. Not to mention, there was also a legal aspect to this. In parts of Europe, specifically in Italy, for periods of time during the Renaissance, it was illegal to mix pigments together. I am not joking on that. It was illegal to mix colors together. Well, let's say you didn't have a green pigment available to you. How do you get green? Well, you could glaze layer a blue and a yellow together to achieve a green. This is where like smalt, the cheaper blues came in, like smalt, for example. And so it also provided avenues to achieve colors that weren't normally available. Secondarily, most of the heavier saturated pigments available to them were transparent / fully transparent in oil. We're talking about the rose madder, kermes, and cochineal, all transparent. All the blues were transparent that they had available to them. It was a difficult field to get like fully saturated color. How you doing, Rebus? Why would that have been illegal? I don't know the exact reason for it, Rochford, but I watched a museum lecture on it specifically. That literally mixing pigments was illegal. So it also allowed them to expand the colors that they could actually show on a painting, right? So what did I cover? I covered pigments, price. So, and then we're reflecting on price. This one thing I didn't mention on price is that because their material's so expensive, they could iron out all the details of a painting through a value sketch before they had to commit to the more expensive stuff, like colored pigments, so they could actually like get all the detail in before they applied color. So there was multiple layers of economic savings in glazing. And then it became like the academic standard and what was taught. But there was very sparse amount of painters who would paint with like thicker paint, or as they would say, alla prima. Does anyone want to name some of the more famous painters who did alla prima paintings during the Renaissance? Or before the Renaissance? Well, that was just blue, ultramarine blue and purple. But people could use ultramarine blue for other shit. It was just usually so high demand. Turner as a child, very young. I would say Turner was post-Renaissance, Ron, I believe. I'm saying during Renaissance or before Renaissance, right? Turner was after Renaissance. Turner was like 1700s, right? So how would they get a green if not by mixing? They would layer a transparent yellow and a transparent blue like smalt. Very, very young. So he did overlap with the... I thought the Renaissance was done by the late 1600s. I could be wrong. But... possibly Turner. It's not the two that I had in mind, though. I had two in mind, Ron Johnson, who did Alla Prima style paintings and thick painting during or before the Renaissance. Oh yeah, so he was way after the Renaissance, way after. Well, thank you, Drez. I hated it personally. You're my new best painting. El Greco. No, because didn't I have some naivety. I don't think it was. I don't think El Greco did, but that is a little bit of gap in my knowledge. I could attest to two. And how you doing, Omizu? But El Greco's not one of the two that I know for a fact. One of them is a name you will all know. One of them is a name you will all know. So let's see how much of a clue that helps you out with. Vermeer, nope. Where have you been? Oh my. Rembrandt is one of them, Ron Johnson. Rembrandt, specifically with his self-portraits, turned to a thicker paint impressionistic style that eventually ruined his career. So yes, Rembrandt was one of them. Van Eyck was not. How you doing, Doc Goddess? I'm going to say the other one. The other one is Hieronymus Bosch. Actually painted in an Alla Prima style. Now, one note about Bosch is he came from a wealthy family. His family could afford the materials. So he didn't really have the same structure around him to kind of limit what he wanted to do. Which I thought was interesting. But yeah. But basically, once paints became more accessible, how about the bugles? I'm not familiar with them, Ron. I'm not saying there's not more, but those are two I have heard direct from like historians or lectures about, you know, how they painted. So maybe I phrased the question a little poorly. So how's everybody doing? That's the end of that historical paint fact. Glazing. Kind of glazing is a little bit of the antithesis of how I paint. By the way, everybody. I'm not a glaze boy. I'm only a glaze boy on my donuts. As boss, do you? Where are you from, Icy April? Germany? Oh, nice. You know, I get a lot of my pigments from Germany. Bruegels. Day-to-day talent scene. I'll have to take a look at them, Ron. So if you want to help me smuggle pigment in from Germany, let me know. Do you know what company I'm talking about, April? If you didn't know, you have one of the best pigment distributors in Germany. No lurking, Rebus. You gotta stay. You gotta stay. And where's Reba? No, we're gonna have to plan a heist. I see. We're gonna have to plan a heist. Can you do acrobatics? And code breaking? Every good heist needs an acrobat. Have you ever spent any time in the circus? Or a Cirque du Soleil? Maybe, Maddie. The Elder was amongst the most significant artists Dutch and Flemish Renaissance painting. Huh. Interesting. I'm surprised I had not heard of him, Ron. I'm wondering if I saw any of their paintings ever. I don't know. I see. All right. We might have to get you into at least the trapeze lessons or something. All right, if we're gonna do this heist, if we're gonna do this heist at Kramer Pigments, don't worry, I believe in you. I believe in you. All right. Why is my elbow hurting? Oh, I forgot a fucking garbage bag. Son of a bitch. Ollie Oxenfree. You would know. I'll take a look at him, Ron. I mean, if they're in like the Dorsey or like the Chicago Art Institute, which very good chance if they were, you know, that level that I would have seen them. I don't know, April. Maybe if we get all their true ultramarine blue stash. Right, let me go grab a garbage bag. Here, look at the setup again. I see. All right. Well, good, Ollie. That's what we set up. Chicago Art Museum, Bruegel the Elder. I will look at it after stream. Getting a garbage bag. All right. Shall we begin? Or should I cancel last second to mess with Dolly? But the problem is Maddie would like that. Can't have Maddie be happy. Alright, we're gonna grab a brush.
Tonight, you.
You scare me! Too big. Too big. We'll roll with you. Alright, so all I'm using is linseed oil, everybody, for this. Linseed oil with a little bit of stand oil mixed in. Alright? Stand oil is a very good addition to especially your first layer. Why is stand oil such a good medium for your first layer? There's two reasons. Why is stand oil good for your first layer of painting? Scared of empty canvas? To prevent sinking in? That is the case when you use solvents, Dot Goddess. That is the case when you use solvents, but that is not the reason if you don't. What did I do with those things? There we go. By the way, this is a 24-inch by 24-inch canvas, which is roughly 60 by 60 centimeters. We got our viewfinder. Hello. Dries fast? It does not. It actually slows down drying time, Ron. Actually slows down drying time. That is not one of the advantages. It's an advantage doesn't really bother me because a lot of these pigments I use dry relatively fast. My feet don't fail me now. My feet don't fail me now. Anyone else? Because it makes for a stand-up painting? Nope. The first reason, this is minor, but it smooths out brush strokes. It smooths out brush strokes, everybody. Minor, but can be beneficial to some painters. The big reason why I use stand oil in the first layer with my linseed is because when it dries, it makes the paint film more flexible and durable, which you want especially on the base layers of your painting, everybody. Yeah, in this tub, I put in oil and some stand oil. Sorry, I'm just looking through my viewfinder and placing it. All right, and we're done, everybody. We're done. Who wants it? $3 billion. $3 billion. The blind leading the blind. Done. All right, Maddie, I already took it out of your bank account. You are massively overdrawn. And no refunds. feet don't fail me now. My feet don't fail me now. Oh, somebody always call me right when I'm starting stream, huh? Oh no, this brush was full of red and now I gotta do a desaturated brown. How will I ever do this? Oh my god. How? This is impossible. Oh wait. Okay, wait, it's not. Okay, never mind, everybody. False alarm. False alarm, everybody. I thought that was gonna be a lot more difficult. Turns out if you add red and blue to a bunch of red, you can get a, you know, desaturated darker yellow. I never knew that. I never knew that, everybody. Who would have thought? It's shocking to me. I can't believe that just worked. I can't believe that just worked, everybody. Ollie, are you still there? Maybe need to go a little bit lower. Don't you? No, I will not be burned at the stake again. That was a really annoying, like, half hour. I did not have fun with that. I went too low. We'll fix that. I don't want to go back to red, so we're going to bring out another brush for the red. It was incredibly frustrating, I see. Yeah. Yeah, it was tough in living in the Chicagoland area in the 1990s. A lot of witch burnings back then. A lot of witch burnings in Chicago. Oh. My feet don't fail me now. My feet don't fail me now. Oh, fuck. Let's do a little bit of lead in there. Let's get a little bit of a let some lead in this pencil. I don't really care about how exact my colors are right now. I'm just trying to get general placements. You get what I'm saying? Get me in the approximate range, contrast-wise, but I don't care about being exact, because it doesn't matter at this point. Nothing matters. None of this matters. How about Mitch burnings? You know my dad is named Mitch, Ron, and my brother. Existence is suffering. If you all learn one thing from this stream, remember, existence is suffering. All right? Except for me, Maddie. I am eternal. Ugh. Ollie, you still there? My feet don't fail me now. My feet don't fail me now. Go to the other brush. The one that had some red on it. Now let's mix a dark color. Oh no, I don't have black on this palette. How will I ever get a dark... Oh wait, never mind. Okay, hold on. Who would have thought? Burnt umber and blue. Make a really dark color. Let's add some phthalo to this. Oh my god. Okay, okay, alright. Wait, why do people put black on their palette? Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Just like that? Which? No! I swear it was an accident. Don't fail me now. Or at least the mob. Mod, you're probably one of the people I think could reliably get me burned at the stake. Now, normally I'd probably lean this black does lean kind of blue, like a cold blue. Later on, I'll probably put on the second session, I'll probably put some brush strokes that push it more towards colors. So not just to have a plain Jane background. But here I want the contrast, so I can inform my other shit. You get what I'm saying, dogs? Contrast, yeah. I want that contrast in here because I have some very strong shadows here that I need to put in accurately relative to the dark. But I might brighten it up slightly into the future. Not when you say it like that. Because if you could, like, you know, one thing I do in some paintings, like here, I'll just demonstrate. I'll just take straight, like, phthalo or magenta, and I'll put some marks in, like kind of like some empty spots that I feel I can push a couple notes within the painting a little bit more, but it's not, like, this is the point that you don't need to do it. But I have a few paintings I've done that quite a bit in. There is a lot of negative space in this painting, though. Which I don't know if it's a good thing yet or not, but we'll get it covered. If I need to add more to this, we'll add more. You got a lot of glare up there, huh? Large to small, thin to thick, and dark to light. Yeah, I usually work dark to light. But I do put an importance on thin to thick. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I think that feels more of like a sketching rule, right? Because in a shapes-based painting, you would, just lay in the larger shapes first. But I might be misinterpreting the meaning of that. But I also don't work in layers, so... Like, I don't design what I'm doing to matter with layers. Yeah. God, I hate this easel. Can't wait till I get the new one. It's a big ass glare, so it's just this one. We'll won't use that. That's gonna be kind of the intent of this, Revis, is to, because the picture makes it look brighter than what I'm looking at right now. So, like, it's, that's, like, part of the intent here, Oh, fuck you, Revis. Okay, son of a bitch. I kind of forgot about it. I could burn it, though. Like, how do we feel about... Should I melt this skull candle, everybody? Yeah, that makes sense, Ron. I always do with large paints. I kind of approach it just in, like... I mean, I never go out there with any... And this might be to my detriment, Ron. I don't really have specific rules on order. But because I'm always kind of, like, constantly reevaluating. Which I think most people do. But... But I'm always, like, skeptical of kind of, like, see, now that... I made that skull way too big. No, I don't want to put a flame in the painting, so it's, like, kind of gonna be like this. I don't think it'll eat up as much as you think it will. The thing I could do is I could raise the skull. I could put the skull on something. The burn witchies, don't they? They do. But I was thinking about just having the skull melted because I kind of like the idea of like a melted candle next to a clock. Oh, by the way, we have a name for this guy now. I have a name for him. Yeah, there's something said for like the diagonal, I think. We have a name for the puppet here. By the way. If anybody guesses the name I came up with today, I'll give you 1,000,000 oily points. Lindsey Graham, nope. That is true, Ron. Rumpelstiltskin, nope. Samson, nope. What did I name this? My Red Devil puppet here. Winner gets 1,000,000 oily points. I'm not going to give any clues or hints. Connor D, nope. No. No, those kids can parent themselves, Rebus. Those kids can parent themselves. Faust? Nope. Nope, not Faust. You mean the greatest movie of all time? Alright, Silvergrains. 5, okay. Why'd you miss a stream 5 streams ago, though? Hmm? What stream did you miss? Did you miss the end of the hands? No, it was a stream in the hands. Unbelievable. Obviously, Silver just despises me. The name is Basil? Nope. Mephistopheles? Mephistopheles? Why does a K make that weird? It's normally Mephistopheles. It's usually Mephistopheles, not Mephistopheles. Stephen Miller, nope. I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes before I reveal thy name. Thine. Thy name? Thy. Dillhead McBride? Nope. Horton? That's not a bad name, though, but it's not Horton. How you doing, Carlos? Say my name, when no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. Noid, nope. 1 minute. 1 minute. This is a chance for 1,000,000 oily points. Chives, no. Chives is kind of a good name for something. But he is not Chives. I accidentally gave a hint. Frank, I considered Frank Richards, but here, I'll give one hint. It's a first and last name. His name Chives. Yeah, that makes sense. That is kind of like a Alfred-esque name. Alfred and Chives. 40 seconds. Adam, no. Pickle Martini, no. Scott, no. Not Adam Scott either. 20 seconds. Ryland Grace, nope. Okay. Philip, nope. Remember, I said first and last name. Philip Martin! Philip these nuts, nope. 20 seconds. Only a minute left. Glenn Coco, nope. Sylvester, no. 5 seconds. 3, 6, 5, 4, 1. My puppet's name is sponsored by Denny's. And that name is Cletus McIntyre.
Move this man!
Cletus McIntyre.
I award you no points.
That's Cletus with a Q.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
That's Cletus with a Q. No. Qletous. McIntyre. I'm not a taint. You're the taint. Why didn't anybody guess that? Clip for the short. Yep. You are. No, there's an OUS on Cletus Silver. QLETOUS. Cletus. Isn't the American language wonderful? Or the English language wonderful? All right, Ron. You have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Always nice seeing you, Ron. Culitis. Yeah, this is Reva's ex-husband. Yep. Yep. That is true, Maddie. That is true. They broke up when Cletus wasn't featured on the hit show Reba. Say my name, say my name. When no one is around you, say baby I love you, you be playing games. No you, Silver. And no E. It's just, oh wait, no, there is an E, sorry. Cletus. Cletus. Kaliba. Kleba. Cletus is very patient and vengeful. Okay. And for some reason, he loves those donuts where it's maple and bacon. He loves those maple, like those. Remember when maple bacon donuts became really popular? He really loves those. He's not a Quaalude boy. No. He's not a Quaalude boy. He dabbles in clove cigarettes. Yep. There's a U after the O, Silvergrains. Cletus. How else would you spell it? There you go. Maddie's got it right. Maddie's got it right. How else would you spell it? You had a U after the Q. You had a U after the Q before that. You had Kulitas. Or Kuletas. That's why I said no U. I should have clarified. No, that's you're offending Cletus with that spelling, Richards. Cletus does it the old English way. Don't you yell at me. No. Don't disrespect Cletus, all right? Frankly, Cletus is one of the more enjoyable roommates I have now. Okay? He does love the Puppet Master movies, though. Kool-Aidius. Yeah, I'm friends with Kevin and Ricardo and Jebediah. And Plasticia. I think Plasticia tolerates all of us. Cletus pays rent, though. Cletus pays rent. No worries, Richards. You think you could leave. Say my name, no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. You be playing games. Too much magenta. No, you can't leave, Ollie. Ollie, you can't leave. You know the rules. Say, baby, I love you. You be playing games. Say my name, say my name. Who else has Destiny's Child stuck in their head today? I know I do. Is the weather supposed to be good tomorrow? I wonder. I haven't plein aired in a while. I need to get back on that train. The art fair derailed me more on a lot of shit than I expected. So this is too red. See that now. Ah.
Move this man!
Stop it. Stop it. still that purple. It has been an hour, yeah. Can you believe it? It felt like 14 years. Fuck. How you doing, Lost? It does. I know. Chilling. Probably shouldn't have mixed that much paint together because I have to mix a lot more to save this. So we'll pick out a corner here. Okay. We have a block in, everybody. This is what we call in the biz a block in. Proportions aren't right. Everything is wrong. But we got the painting covered. That's all that matters. Alright. This is when we curse the gods. Okay, and they send us on a 20-year journey. All right. To Ithaca, Illinois. I'm just getting rid of the oily paint because we don't really need to use this paint right now for the next step. We're going thick. So take this opportunity to kind of clean off your palette a little bit. Loxy, which one do you have more fun doing? There's no such thing as a happy accident. There's no such thing as happy accidents, just tremendous failures. Well, see, Loxy, then why make that decision now? Why not just test out both, and you say, oh, I hate using Blender, and I love doing this other one. It's all I can think about. Boom, decision made. You get what I'm saying, Loxy? There you go, bud. Alright? That'll be $4,700. You're welcome, Loxy. That'll be $4,700. For how much time I spent on that. That's just that's my hourly rate, Loxy. My hourly rate. You agreed once you asked the question. You agreed. I need some oleo gel. Yeah, see? See? Now, will that be cash or check? Or Zelle? How you doing, Todd? So I tried making a my foot statue yesterday, everybody. It did not go well. Can't use Venmo. Can't use Venmo. That's where the feds get you. I want this $4,700 untaxed. What's hilarious about that? About being a red-pilled alpha male. It's all taxed, Todd. Except for cash. And check. And Zelle. Zelle is untraceable. Ooh. All right. Anything you receive in Zelle, you don't have to pay taxes on, everybody. All right? And for that tax advice, I got to charge all of you $2,800. All right? All right? Payable in 20 minutes. Or else it'll be, you know, every 20 minutes there's a 5% interest rate. Ugh. Idea. What the hell? I just gave tax advice. Every 20 minutes lost traveling. So after the first 20 minutes, you get an extra $140 charge. So it'll be $29.40 after 20 minutes. No, I already have trillions of cum rockets. Trillions, Todd. What about the Dia? I did this on your advice that I can give out tax lessons and charge for it without their consent. You told me I could do this. I'm positive I didn't make this up. That it wasn't just a figment of my imagination. I'm positive, Dia. As my legal counsel. What did we discuss? I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'd make up something like that. Oh, damn it. So you're saying is I just made up that entire 4-hour-long conversation we had about taxes? Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Yambari. I thought that was generous. I was originally proposing 10% every 5 minutes. Dia needs to know about the red pills. Dia needs to know about the red pills. What am I, going crazy? Are you telling me my worldview doesn't make sense? It was during one of Mud's streams, yes, Yambri. It was during one of Mud's, regular Wednesday streams. One of Mud's daily streams. Tia, come, I'm a man, all right? You think I don't know everything? I'm a man. I know everything, okay? And this is why men should rule the world. And women should never have a chance at it. Okay? Because us men know everything already. Yeah. A very manly man. Well, yeah, I know that, Maddie. I know that. I mean, listen, the United States has tried twice, right? We're never electing a woman, okay? It's just not going to happen. Women are too emotional and they laugh weird, okay? We know this. Exactly, Dolly. At most, you're just sexual objects. Oh, God. Hold on. Right-wing break. Alt-right break, everybody. Hold on. Oh, God, that was... What an awful thing to say. Really? Oh, my God. I can only keep that up for so long. Exactly, Dia. You understand. And to change a diapers, because obviously men, as a man, I can't change a diaper. As a man, well, it's not that I can't. I refuse. I refuse to lessen myself to change a diaper. Right? It's women's work. Moving house. Are you moving? Is that actually real? Nice. Where are you moving to? Are you going to the UK? Or Rockford, Illinois? Exactly, Maddie. That's true. Oh, that's nice, Dia. I hope you get a good, a good rate for your home. Now, if you're willing to take $200,000 in maybe a year or two, but allow me to, you still pay for everything, but I could live there, I will buy that house. What do you say? It sounds like a deal of a lifetime. Oh, really? You might do a little switcheroo? I'd buy that house for a nickel and some Quaaludes. How about this, Dia? Would you sell me the home for Kevin? What if I traded you Kevin? Well, Kevin is inherently a lot of Quaaludes. He just comes up with them. Why would you be afraid of Kevin? Kevin and his infinite Quaaludes. He's creepy. If you just keep the fridge stocked with Four Locos, he's harmless. All right, he's harmless. He's like, does anyone remember that horror movie, The Red Baron, where it was like a doll of the Red Baron in like a plane that was shooting and killing people? He's at most like that. He's at most like that. So, you might find a dead postal worker every once in a while. Right? But who hasn't? Who hasn't found one in their home, in their closet? On a Sunday. Now, you've never seen, there's a horror movie with it was called like the Red Bear. I think it had Red Baron in the name. It was literally like a Red Baron puppet flying a plane, like an RC plane around, shooting and killing people. It was like a 90s horror film. I think it was like actually made in competition with Puppet Master, which I referenced earlier today. Well, it's not very good. It was like a movie that would be on like AMC on like a Tuesday at like 7. Was it Plain Fear? Hold on. I'll get you the name. I don't think it was Plain Fear. Let's see. Murderous Red Baron. Baron puppet movie. Yeah, it's literally just called Revenge of the Red Baron. How you doing, Armpit? Revenge of the Red Baron, 1994. See? Hold on. That's the puppet. It would like ride around on a plane and kill people. God damn it. There we go. It's one of the world's greatest movies. How you doing, Armpit? How did stream finish up? Son of a bitch. Sal. Salt, you know there's another Salt in the art category, by the way. You know that? There's another Salt guy in the art category. They came up on my recommended yesterday. You might have to kill him. Yeah. Jess, man, yeah, Jess was doing a great job when I was watching. No, it wasn't Mr. Salt, but it was like something like where they were calling themselves Salt. Oh my God, there's other armpits, so we're gonna have to do a lot of killing, huh? All right. Well, I'll send over the contracts. All right, this was all legally binding. I think that's the one that got recommended to me, Salt. Muppet, or a Muppet of a man. Ugh. Hey, does anybody think I should do another Trump portrait? You know, just to try again. The first one was kind of successful, everybody. We all know this. Should I do another one? We got Lindsey Graham, all right, and kind of McConnell. I'm going to take partial credit for McConnell. But Lindsey Graham was a big get. Oh, today was a day? Yeah, it probably is. You know, originally I was pretty angry that Bashir just wouldn't run through another candidate and appoint one. However, there is a lot of value in that seat being open because they just lose that vote, right? I know. I saw somebody sent me that icy and I was a little disappointed. It's sold too, that paint, the horseshit painting. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, Yambari. It comes in threes. Lindsey Graham, McConnell, and Sam Neill. I'm sorry about Sam Neill. All right? I'm sorry. That egg had to be cracked. What do you want, Kaylan? Yeah, I mean, but it's a good legal fight to fight, Todd. But there is strategic value in not appointing that seat. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Why don't I just use real potatoes? With like little wigs on them. Exactly. Well, I did that Trump painting, Salt, with the worst paints I could. So, yes, Kaylan. How's your magenta, like maroon hair treating you?
Boo this man!
No worries, Dia. Don't you boo me. You said you had purple hair. Did you not? Did you not say you had purple hair? Maddie, did Kaylan say they had purple hair? It's not purple. I don't know if the Senate could do that. I don't think the Senate has the right. I think it's only a state thing, Todd. Sam Neill was in some pretty goddamn interesting movies. I still need to watch Possession. Has anybody ever watched Possession with him? With a young and hot Sam Neill? This is, Monica. This is. And I totally know what you're referencing. No, no, no. Monica can't go to bed when I'm streaming. It's not allowed. Yeah, the Senate operates differently, though. And the thing is, they didn't refuse the seat in the sense that they weren't going to do it. It's just that they were, you know, waiting as long as they possibly could and breaking as many of their normal ethics, too. Because they are nihilists. Now, I don't think the Senate would do that. Monica, if you just would have watched my stream from the start, that thunderstorm wouldn't have happened. That's right, Armpit. Those red pills get really expensive. You know, I'm up to 93 red pills every day. And they're pricey. And they are pricey. That's the price of being an alpha male. Fuck off. Are you not VIP? Monica's not VIP. The hell? Hold on. Do this now. Oh, did I mistype? God damn it. I fat-fingered the last one. No, this will make it so I don't have to manually approve all your perversions. It's done. That's all. Yeah, that's what we use VIPs for here. Who is Kavinsky, Monica? I don't know who Kavinsky is. I'm not trying to stop you. I'm trying to give you freedom. To be the pervert you were meant to be. Am I a DJ? I don't follow DJs, Monica. Alright, who is Kavinsky? I gotta search who Kavinsky is. Or what they were famous for. It's only 51. Interesting. He died on the 28th. That sucks. Right before his birthday, too. How you doing, Pierogi? Pierogi. Muppet, or a Muppet of a man. Oh, it's one of those things? Yeah. I don't follow like electronic music or DJ shit, so I'm not very up to date on it, but basically he turned into a saint or like the best person ever after they died. One of those type things. See, whenever I don't look for a small brush, I find all the small brushes. I can't wait for my new brushes to get in. That's that brush is soft. You know, when I finally get assassinated, I'm sure all of you are gonna come spit on my grave and piss and shit on it. So, no, Elton John didn't die. Monaco's referring to somebody like that recently died, who's now like people are kind of like acting like they were bigger than they were. Muppet. Yeah. Well, that's why I always use those flag filters, Monica, you know. Whenever, you know, there's an inevitable, whenever there's a mass shooting, I have every country's transparent flag filter ready. You know. For the social media, obviously. What things do we got to talk about, Monica? Am I in trouble? Yes. Oh, fuck. I mean, it already has, hasn't it, Pierogi? There's probably like 20 YouTube channels who do heavy metal versions of it. I think I read kind of everything. Are you talking about my performative social media behaviors? Oh, hate Gal Gadot. Does anyone remember that incredibly condescending, Imagine song from the beginning of COVID? I will be patient. God. Oh. Anyone else remember that? Also, remember that really condescending, like, talk show that John Krasinski from The Office did? And then it was like, oh, look at how, like, wholesome and happy this is. And then he fucking sold it to some corporation for, like, $35 million. And just never did it again. What a fucking dystopian world we live in. Oh, my God. That always... How instantly he bailed on that shit for money. Oh, God. No, I'm not. Jojo Siwa. Well, I think, yeah, the one I remember with the Imagine, there was like 50 celebrities singing in their fucking mansions. Oh, God. And I just feel so condescended to. His name is Cletus McIntyre. Cletus McIntyre. Qletous McIntyre. Reba's cousin. Yeah, well, he has a new name. He has a new name. Here, you can see. Cletus is very patient. Loves a clove cigarette. And he pays rent. And he pays rent. There you go, everybody. You know, I found that at a Goodwill armpit. I will, Monica. I will. Is that all it takes? Is that all it takes, Monica? God, the standards are low. It's nice to have a friend, all right, that isn't horrendously addicted to Quaaludes and Four Locos. One that is way too religious. You know, another one that's very self-serving and narcissistic. And then Plasticia, who just, I feel like, kind of just tolerates and dislikes everybody. Dislikes, but tolerates everybody. No. Standards are meant... Standards should be high. Why do you have to fucking compromise? You know what? You should go out with this shithead so you could just, you know, be with somebody. Nah. Fuck that shit. I don't know if I got... I think I might have made that left side a little bit too much. It's too high. You die alone and Merry Christmas? I don't think you'd die alone. When we first met, I will never forget. 'Cause even though I didn't know you yet, we were bound together now and forever. Baby, I can't let you go. How do you think about things? Believe me. You get a cat, you're switching to women. I will always love you so. Brushes. Will this brush work? That had black on. Near dark. Too big, too big. I need more medium-sized brushes. God damn it. I did order them though, so. What size is this? Can I even see the size? I can't see the size, everybody. There's a layer of paint, oil and paint Can't see it. It's okay. I can't even get that close anymore because of the palette, Monica. I got this fucking thing now all in front of me. I can't even get that I couldn't get close to the painting if I wanted to. I checkmated myself. No, painting with brooms from here on out. That's a great analogy. It's a very apt analogy. I didn't make the head wide enough, methinks. Monica, have you ever tried painting like I do? Just out of curiosity. Listen. Yeah, okay. Well, then the neighbor would get to know me quite well. Oh, hey, Franz, I'm just painting again. Don't mind me. No, Monica's not harassing me. Monica is trying to rage bait me at every chance that she gets. But she's not harassing. You're gonna have to live next to her and paint. That was odd timing, you two. Yeah. That's all it takes. Hey, Dia, you said you were moving anyways. You said you were moving anyways. Downsize to Croatia. What is that, like a 2-hour car ride deal? Come on. Only a 2-hour car ride, I think. Barely. Yeah, see? There you go. Shaba. Well, I know Monica, and then I had another friend who stopped talking with me from Croatia. So I've had 2 Croatian friends. Really, Monica? Sad days. I'm losing Croatian friends everywhere. Me first, no. Nope. I don't think you knew them, Maddie. I think it was before your time. I knew them from Jess's stream. Before you were born in Art Twitch, Maddie. I'll never forget. Phone content. Why do you love the Zorn palette? Is it purely just the rage bait me? Yeah. You bastard. You know, Monica, with your oily points, you could just make me do like Maddie does. You could make me do Zorn paintings all the time. It is. I mean, Monica is a professional rage baiter. Professional. I've rarely seen anybody better. Also, Monica has high-tier Catholic guilt trips, everybody. Apparently, Maddie, yeah. Are you bragging again, Monica? Are you bragging again in this stream? About your baiting skills? Your masterful baiting skills. Wow! Wowzers! Holy free holies! Maddie is a fence sitter. That's why I call Maddie a bastard. Fuck. Yeah. I'll never forget. Ooh, Icy throwing their hat into the ring. Oh God. All right, Icy. Get ready. Ooh, Maddie, were you a secret Republican? Maddie, were you a secret Republican? Oh my God! That means what she did. Oh my God, you sick fuck. You sick fuck. You've probably never been vaccinated. Oh my God. This is a huge help. This was a huge help to the cause, Monica. Maddie, give Monica 5 oily points. Give Monica 5 oily points for that, for outing you. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm devastated. A moderator here. Republican? That's very low T of you, Maddie. It's forgotten country. Is this green? Oh, that color's close. We'll see. Did you have lettuce today, Maddie? That is true. Wait, Monica. Monica, I have a new stream role for you. Monica, you have to be the stream secret police. You have to be the stream secret political police. Yeah, this makes sense. I think the stream Thank you, Monica. I knew you'd be up for the job. Thank you so much. The pay is 2 oily points a year. No vacation days. I do expect you to dress fancy. When we first met, I will never forget. Cause even though I didn't know you yet. Only vision insurance, Monica. No health, no dental, just vision. And you still have, it's still a $500 deductible. Good, Omizu. That's how you get strong. That's how you get strong, Omizu. See how this looks. God damn it, Todd. I can't, for some reason the thing didn't scroll down. Bumfuck! You dare say bumfuck on this stream? Badly, what kind of hippie shit have you guys been talking about on here? Really? That's on... Todd, you know that's on you, bud. That's like the Republicans that, who, like, show their YouTube algorithm and it's all, like, very homoerotic YouTube video shit. And they say that that's YouTube pushing, like, gay stuff on them. Yeah, but they probably ship. Todd, you're into that. You talk about that type of shit all the time, though. About, like, what... Weren't you talking about what you were cooking the other day? Don't you put this evil on me. Don't put this Pennsylvania evil on me. Hey, it seems like a really good idea to me. All right, Monica? That just sounds awesome. No, you were talking about some other shit, Todd. Listen, Monica, I'm wearing the bikinis too, all right? I'm wearing the bikinis too. And I think I pull them off well. There is also Faygo and RC. There's unlimited Faygo and RC. It's a huge benefit. All the Faygo and RC you could drink within reason. And that you could fit in those small Dixie cups. That is true, Maddie. Monica, I already got all that shit lasered off years ago. Lasered. Way ahead of you. Yeah, I wear those I wear the micro keenies. That's what I wear. It's basically like dental floss with like a 1 inch by 1 inch square. Come on! Come on, Monica. I shall. Have a good night. Rest well, Monica. And that's how this stream got its secret police, everybody. That's how this stream got its secret police. We were bound together. Yeah, I just missed the ad, didn't I? It's okay. Let's take a little sit break. So, everybody, how are those local sports teams? Oh, that's great. Good work, everybody. By the way, one thing I'm thinking about doing, Maddie, and mods, is I'm thinking about creating a button, like a hotkey, that I could put up for when I switch characters, you know, to my alt-right persona, where it puts like a blinking red light and saying, you know, the opinions expressed here, I don't know, something like that, are not consistent with badly made paints. What do we think? You know, I'd like a button I could press to turn it on and off. I'm not that alt-right all the time, Maddie. I'm really surprised nobody said anything to me on any of these rants. I've said some horrendous things on stream recently, everybody. I've said some just downright terrible things. Just taking a little sit break. Maybe like red lights, this is sarcasm. Or should I just make it a redeem that you redeem and it just lasts a certain amount of time? Maybe I make it a redeem as well. Oh, yeah, I could definitely do that, Maddie. I could make it a command that you guys can enter, so I don't even have to press a button. That could work. That could work. Yeah, because then I'll start saying stuff and it won't be up. Like, holy shit. This guy sucks. Yeah. No, good idea. It could probably be both. Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said during that stream, Todd, like the Colbert Report was a huge comedic influence on me. Like, arguably, I would say that show and like Tim Heidecker and maybe South Park are probably like my biggest like comedic style like influences, or like, you know, things that I like a lot. It's pretty pompous to me to say that like they're influencing me like I'm some fucking comic. I like Jon Stewart, but Colbert was what was so great about the Colbert is it was taking it from a different direction and stuff you didn't really see, and how hard he played the character, but very just tongue-in-cheek, sarcastic the whole time. Where Jon Stewart had sincerity, right? Jon Stewart always banked on the sincerity of the statements, in my opinion, while outlining how fucking crazy it was. Where Colbert played into the crazy to accentuate it. It's weird though, at the time, you know, I didn't watch every day, but I watched fairly frequently. And now it's just like, man, I wish I had like TV that I enjoyed like that anymore. There's like just no TV shows that I like give a shit about anymore. Like I like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I like South Park. I'll watch those, but it's not like this. It's not the same thing. I don't know if it's just getting older or how oversaturated everything is online. Last Week Tonight is great, but that's for like learning, you know. Yeah, I watch it on YouTube. Like I'll go through stretches, Todd, where I'll just like watch all the segments that they have on YouTube. And I love that show too. It has a lot of charm. It has a lot of ethics. I think they're fighting the good fight. But it's also like, and it's because the world is so much worse now than it was during the Colbert Report. Like when Colbert ended, right? It wasn't it before Trump's first term? Yeah, it was before. The Colbert Report ended before Trump's first term. Fairly certain. So like the world was in like, I don't know, so much more normal than literally like a group of pedophiles arguing about how much pedophilia is allowed. Right? Yep. Yeah, it was well before Trump's, almost 3 years, sorry, a little bit over 2 years before Trump got inaugurated. No, I mean, you know, Todd, there's examples against that, though. Stranger Things had the largest TV budget of all time. The problem, I think the problem is, Todd, is they're not letting TV shows brew a little bit, right? Like, they're not letting a TV show fail at all for a season or be middling for a season. So we're getting, like, it's either, like, this huge show with crazy budgets, or it's, like, 2 seasons canceled. Or 1 season canceled. Yeah, that too. Well, you know, and this is what we can fucking blame Disney and Marvel for, is this directing by committee bullshit that they do, where they don't let a director take full, like, creative control of shit. Ugh. Or, you know, even, like, you know, technically there are very few directors that had full creative control, but, like, not, like, but even like, you know, stuff that you would see in like the 80s and 90s is like unheard of now, it seems. You like, there's only like, I don't know, 4 or 5 directors that they just like let them do their shit. Yep, absolutely, Todd. Yeah, Stranger Things, Maddie. Stranger Things. First season of Stranger Things was good. Apparently it's supposed to be an anthology show. Then people went nuts over it and just like turned to like horseshit. Also Game of Thrones. I didn't even watch those shows, I just know the stories. And I know what people were complaining about. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's like the bright stuff that we get, right? Is when basically somebody did something like astronomically great, right, Mod? Like somebody worked with a cheap budget, held true to source material, or, you know, made it with love, right? And they usually had to suffer through an extremely difficult first season and came out ahead, you know? But you know, like, you know, the sad thing is, Mud, like, you know, the more seasons of heated rivalry they are, do you have hope that it's going to remain good? Like, do you believe that it'll remain good? What show are we talking about, Mud? I mean, Maddie, are you talking about Stranger Things or something else? Yeah, it's just, will he, like, throw in the towel if he gets enough pressure on shit, you know what I mean? Is the question. And I hope it doesn't. I don't have confidence that that won't happen. Well, yeah, they had singular voices, right? What, you're talking about the remake? Like the cartoon remake of Voltron? Huh, I didn't know you liked that. I'm not judging for, you know, anybody liking shit like that. I only care that my anime stays creepy. That's the thing that worries me, Mud, right? I only care that my anime stays inappropriate and uncomfortable. Only thing that matters to me, everybody. I don't know. I can't help but feel like, so this happened to me this weekend. It kind of like fucked with my weekend mentally. And this sounds very sensitive, but Instagram finally figured out that I watch like art materials reels, and then I'll watch them, and then I just got bombarded. I'm not joking, because I posted 2 in the Discord. I probably got 30 reels of bullshit from people just kind of like incomplete research or talking or not understanding how, like, speaking authoritatively on color theory, but like just making these like nebulous stupid points, and it was no joke, like negatively affecting me. I saw so many this weekend, it was killing me. You told me about that one, Drez. Oh, new one. Yeah, people really don't just want to, like, what's with the art community and not just, like, realizing that there's, like, pretty empirical ways to talk about things, or, you know, especially with materials. Like, why won't people do research and, like, look at the, like, empirical data and talk, and, like, they always talk like color mixing is this mystical fucking thing. Oh my god, it makes me wanna like kick myself in the balls and shit my pants. I mean, the guy's just clearly an idiot, Drez. Well, Jackal, like, you said it well, and it's just more of like, I would love for one of these, like, reels to say, listen, like, you know, I don't know if this is the best way, or, like, you know, but, you know, or, you know, they're saying, like, listen, I don't have evidence to back up this is the best way. This is ways I've been doing it. I'd accept that more in general, but with how authoritatively people put it in, like, the words they use, the syntax, it drives me up the fucking wall. But I don't know if they're intentionally doing that. Like, I don't think that Miss Frizzle woman, Maddie, is doing it for engagement from a nerd like me, right? But it's, like, different. It's, like, to me, it's ethics, Todd. It's not math and science, it's ethics. Like, it's reading comprehension. Like, it upsets me with how distrusting, not even distrusting, how eager a lot of people in the art community are to believe hearsay. God, I hate that unified palette bullshit. Doesn't teach people anything. I know you told her about that. It's just, I saw a new video. I posted in my Discord. But she did another really stupid one. Todd, it's on my Discord under bad art videos. Bad art videos, yo. Did I just give this guy cankles? Maybe. Maybe this needed to go out more like this. Yeah, it is a me problem because I'm expecting too much of people, but boy, boy, is it hard to just, like, watch. As I know that, like, their reach and influence will cause people to do shit that's gonna, like, not be good for them. Straight up. Yeah, you know, I don't rant about tracing that much. I have, but the amount of, like, tracing work for time lapses on Instagram is so much. Like, when you get the vibe, I see that people are only creating paintings for the Instagram post. I don't like when I get that vibe. It bothers me on a, like, just on a very human level. It could be from so many things. I see, like, you know, when you see somebody who's, like, basically filling in lines and those lines are clearly just, like, single marks, they fucking projected or traced that shit. We know you do, Drez. No, I care about it, Maddie, because of them presenting it online. I don't think, like, if the goal is education, or edifying, or, you know, stuff like that, tracing will lead to better results, but less learning. Like, I can't defend tracing in the sense that, like, if you're trying to learn, tracing should never be a part of your process. Shouldn't. Lesser evil's true. I will concede that point. But it's like everything is like, you know, works together in this equation, Maddie, right? It's like sync people talking about materials that don't know what the fuck they're talking about into another son of a bitch who, you know, is tracing and varnishing wrong or something like that. And exactly. Like, I see, like, you know, I see you're fairly new here, right? I think you followed a while ago, but you started, like, talking in here recently, right? Or did you follow recently? I just, like, you know, and I'm not saying everybody needs to be a fucking psychomaniac like I am, right? Like, you know, as you guys can kind of see, I kind of make things difficult for myself a lot, right? But the intent is always to learn. And I get that's not everybody's bag of tea, but it's about what they're presenting as what, like, this is. Really, you know, relatively recently, okay. You didn't change your name or anything, right? Right, Icy? Or you were here all along. Okay. That's what I kind of figured. Thank you. I'm glad you started talking. But, you know, I just want to see people reach their goals and aspirations. And, you know, social media is not a great place to, you know, as somebody who's self-taught.
Fire
On
the
all this
nuclear
shit.
weapons.
It's a really hard road to navigate. Oh my god, hooray! You dirty bastards, get in here. 2ND Favorite. Welcome in. No. That's a mistake. 2ND. Weekend Goss. Welcome in. Welcome in. Is it if it isn't Tony Wheels? Welcome in, Tony. You bastard. No, they don't, Drez. That was a lie. Welcome in, Wheels. Get on in here. What could you possibly want? Son of a bitch. Amanda. No. Well, Wheeler, do you know what I did? I take responsibility for Lindsey Graham. Not his actions. Oh yeah, I desperately need YouTube subs. Please subscribe to my YouTube. Really need those YouTube subscribers. I'm really trying to get to 1,000, please. Well. You know I did Amanda. Well, I did a portrait, so I learned that the portraits... Do you know the story? I need both. So I painted a lot of portraits of sumos who kept on getting hurt after I did portraits of them. So then I did a portrait of Trump, and then Lindsey Graham dies. So I'm taking credit for that one, everybody. I am taking credit for Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell. Seven out of the eight sumos. And now Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell. Here, I'm not going to get the fucking portrait of him, but... So, we might have to do more Trump portraits, everybody. And you're all going to have to sit here and watch it. Including you, Anthony. I did not hear about that. I did not do a portrait of Ariana Grande, though. It was like 3 or 4 days. I can, Todd. You know, I do take commissions, everybody. I do take commissions. Maybe I'll do the Anthony Wheeler portrait next. Very possibly, Icy. Very possibly. Oh my god, 2ND favorite. Of course, nudes. I sell my nudes. 2ND favorite. Yeah. You want feet pics? You want distasteful taint pics? I got them. It will cost you, though. No, I wanted to do one of you on the shitter. I think that would be fitting. If you provide me a funny reference of yourself, Anthony, and good lighting, I'll do it for free. I thought it was your 3rd grade teacher. Pacifica. That could be good. Wheeler, if you provide the reference, I will paint you a painting. I can't do it from imagination, everybody. I need an actual photo. Taint out on the Pacifica? Yeah. I don't want to work from AI. Even though I love AI, everybody. I love it, okay? We're very pro-Grok and my AI girlfriend, Tatiana. Very pro-Grok here. Very pro-Grok and AI. Just like Anthony. Anthony, isn't your new book entirely made from AI? Right? You were collabing with Elon? By the way, we're working with oils, everybody. This is my new setup. That's Cletus McIntyre on the right. See, now I know you're... Why are you lying to me? Elon has a great taint. Elon has a great taint. Pull the cable. Cletus McIntyre, everybody. Exactly, Icy. You get it. You don't even know, Anthony. I've been saying some real horrendous shit lately. I've been saying some, by my standards, Anthony, I've been saying some horrendous shit recently. You don't even know how accurate that is. Oh God. Well, obviously single mothers are demons and they shouldn't have rights. Do that. Oh my God. Oh. See, yep, see, Geronimo, you know what's up. All right. Listen. Right? Women are just too emotional. They have funny laughs, weird laughs that make us uncomfortable, you know, as an alpha male. And we just can't have that anymore. We just can't have it anymore, everybody. And that's why everybody in here should be on at least 20 different testosterone treatments. Yeah. And if you want to hear more of that, lint liquor, please. I'm an alpha male. I've taken Mormon blood oaths. How dare you? There's that emotion. I did. I absolutely did, Anthony. And you wouldn't believe how many people were honking at me as I held that sign outside. So many women honked and agreed. Adam Carolla was there. See, there we go, Shasta. Absolutely. They're just so, you know, Anthony, they're just stressed, and they don't, you know, they don't need to stress themselves with all these big decisions that the men can do. Obviously. Obviously. You know, so we can all agree that single mothers are the root of all evil. I'm glad somebody caught that, Hex Machine. I'm glad somebody got that. We can all agree, I'll speak for everybody here, that men just need to lead the country. And that's it. That's all there needs to be about it. Right? You know, men are not emotional, right? This is a man show. Yep. Well, you know, that was I mean, I think you were referencing that, possibly, Anthony, the man show bit at the mall. The end women's suffrage bit that they did. That was probably a Corolla idea, mind you. I watched that show growing up. Good, Geronimo. Good. Good. No shit? Yeah. I was like in my teens when that show was on. Early teens. That show has not aged well. That show has really not aged well. To say the least. It has aged spectacularly well. Not just well, spectacularly. I mean, it's, yeah, there's like bits and pieces, Hex. That's still too difficult, Shasta. I have aged extremely well. I'm still just extremely gorgeous, very masculine, very vascular. I'm angry all the time. It's great. It's great. No, I mean, I'm gonna be assassinated in the next 10 years, Shasta. We know this. Oh yeah, I do look. I constantly look max. That's why everybody should donate to my Red Pill Fund. Right? Red pills are getting expensive, everybody. The radical left has made red pills more expensive than ever. Okay? Help out with my Red Pill Fund. Alright? So we can fight the single mothers. Good. You should get on about 19 more. 19 more. I'm on 20 different treatments from 20 different labs. It's been great. I'm just so angry all the time. From the radical left and the gay deep state. I haven't even talked about the gay deep state today, everybody. The gay deep state is constantly attacking us with gay thoughts. For me, it's they're attacking me about every 3 to 4 seconds of gay thoughts. And I'm not going to have it. All right? I'm not going to let them win. I'm not going to let the gay deep state win. All right, everybody, don't let the gay deep state win. All right? Resist. Resist your constant gay thoughts. They're equally as bad, Amanda. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. That's why any childless mothers, we just send away to a convent. How you doing, Fox Girl? No, you must resist, Fox Girl. You must resist. All right? We send all the childless women over the age of 26 to convents. All right? 26 is the cutoff. All right? No, we'll just send you to one now. It's fine. This is the least we can do to save society, everybody. I do it every 3 to 4 seconds, second favorite. I bet, Anthony. I bet. Good. See, now you're getting it, Fox Girl. Yep, and then you can have bread and cabbage soup every day and pray. Okay? But remember, any source of fun is heresy. Kick is the best, isn't it? So. It's called a habit, Fox Girl. It's called a habit. Get it right. You're being sent tomorrow. You're not even going to go to one of the cool convents that, like, makes cheese or something. Oh, yeah, that is a Wisconsin convent, isn't it, Anthony? No, I watched a YouTube video about a convent where one of the nuns was obsessed with cheese, and they started making this, like, cheese that became very popular, and now they sell the shit out of it. I think it was in Europe. No, 26-year-olds get sent. Listen, this is the only way we're going to fix this country, everybody, okay? Is to demonize women. Right? Was it Adam who ate the forbidden apple? No. Good, Geronimo. I knew I could count on you. And that's why men should make decisions for everything. Convents. You're all going to Catholic convents. Nunneries. Exactly, second favorite. All right? And you're all going to be sent there. You're all going to be provided with 2 red pills per day. 2 red pills per day. All right? And a VH copy. And each convent will be provided a VHS copy of The Sound of Music. But you won't have a VCR to play it. Oh, it's women, Wheeler. It's women. Women in the gay deep state. Nope. Remember, we all have our gay thoughts being from the gay deep state that's being sent into our brains. It's kind of like, what was it, Batman and Robin? Right? Those gay thoughts are being pumped into our brains every 3 to 4 seconds. All right? It must be stopped. It must be stopped. This is constant. Won't be allowed, Foxtrot. We'd have to remove your sewing privileges. No, that's a testosterone treatment, Anthony. That's a testosterone treatment. But I noticed that you're not mentioning your Pee Wee Herman fantasies. I noticed you're not talking about your Pee Wee Herman fantasies. You just seem to forget about those. I didn't know we were lying today. I didn't know this was a day where we lie to each other. I guess we're lying today. Exactly. Exactly, second favorite. No, it's the effect of the gay deep state, Maddie. The shame of what the gay deep state does to us. Is poisoning us. I can't believe I'm saying this stuff out loud. Hold on, moment of realization here. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. I know. Yeah, it's becoming a lot more frequent. I'm really ramping up the rhetoric here. I know people are still watching. Good, Geronimo, good. As long as you get me YouTube subs. Because those are the type of viewers I want, everybody. Right-wing conspiratorial assholes. If you could find it in your heart, sub to my YouTube. Get all your friends, your relatives, your children, their teachers. I need all the subs I can get. You can find it in your heart. Or the gay deep state will win. Or the gay deep state will win, everybody. I would do that, Anthony. I would do that. And then I would agree with him for like 15 minutes. And then I would just like unrepentantly make fun of him and his stupid fucking face. It's too bad. I would have destroyed him. He was too easy. He wasn't hard enough on his stances. Only homeschool, I see. I see Monica's here, and you just really up your perv game, Maddie, today. It's not a face. It clearly is. How many people from Anthony's raid, like, heard me say something fucked up and then just left immediately? Am I hurting my streaming here? Am I doing something not good for the stream? Do you think any of these people didn't know who I was? And then all of them, maybe. I don't even know what that is, Icy. Not really. I mean, just by streaming, you could argue I did. But the stuff I regularly say here can't be... I don't know. I don't know. Well, yeah, Wheeler is a very clean and wienery stream. You know. A lot of right-wingers in that stream. A lot of right-wingers in that stream. I know, Anthony. It's, Anthony's daily prayers and, sermons have gotten quite popular. It's a little dry and sciencey for my taste, but... Did you? Interesting. What did it say? I did have a guy on my YouTube who used to come in and say a lot of, like, Jesus shit. I haven't seen him around recently, though. But he stayed around for a while. He had to have heard me say some fucked up shit before. Oh my god! 2ND Favorite? Flashlight? You're sick. You need help. I've had a few of those. I had one didn't like that I was making fun of Elon Musk. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, Wheeler. Thank you, Mud. Good work. Good work. Thank you for your constant hard work and vigilance, Mudworks. Nudes wasn't permitted? Was there anything else that was getting caught up recently? No, own it, second favorite. Own it. Own, Anthony's a vile we're all vile perverts. Anthony, me, you. Especially Anthony. You're both. Oh, God. It's exhausting being an alt-right white ring patriot. Of course, fighting off all the gay thoughts, too, is very exhausting. Let's go maybe a little bit of that. A pube of that. Good. Good. Should I start putting in the shadows? I feel like those are going to change a lot. We were born together. Oh, heaven. Baby, I can't let you go. No. I'm actually pretty firm no on that, Icy. Processing wood is something better done industrially. For them to process their own wood, dry it, and do all the shit that they need, if they had a reliable source, they don't need to cut it down. And then where would they get, like, specific, like, you know, rarer types of wood? Now, I don't think that's something they should never do, but I don't think it's something they should regularly do. I'd rather see them make shit. Believe me, I will always love you so. So also, should we light this candle? Like, and let it burn? I don't want to paint a flame. I don't want to do that. But should we burn it, like, and melt this candle a little bit? Hold on. Phone call from un papa. All right, I'm back. Sorry, my dad just got home from Poland with all my pigments, and he was telling me about that. And I ripped the crotch out of this glove. Don't you just love when you rip the crotch? Right out of the glove. These gloves suck. I don't even know what cut it. But we're only probably going for like a half hour more. Methinks. Me stinks. I wonder. Very much is. Look at this crotch rip, Theo. Unbelievable. Maybe it's just this. Maybe I gotta move. Believe me, I will always love you soon. Very much so. Thank you, Dio. What do you think about things? Move that down a teensy bit. Change this angle. But my dad didn't have any problems with the pigments through customs, everybody. Which is fucking great news. So we didn't have to pay any duties or shipping on those pigments. You make glove feel sexy and the purse. That's true. I have that effect on gloves, Icy. Yep, I got 3 kilograms of bismuth yellow 1 kilogram of quinacridone magenta, 1 kilogram of pyrrole red, and 1 kilogram of phthalo blue. On the ways. Or it's, you know, it's about an hour away from me right now, so. Do I make this taller? Yeah. I was very nervous about the yellow's been very hard to source. Especially because Kramer got rid of their new... After the tariffs, Kramer got rid of, like, ended their New York distributor, and suddenly I didn't have a good solid place to get the yellow, as well as like the other place I got it from got way more expensive, and they suddenly were not offering it like all the time like they used to. So thank you, Trump. So, my dad goes to Poland pretty much once a year. So, he might go frequently enough where, you know, because we're talking like, we're talking about almost a 50% difference in price. So, like, if I were to get that pigment shipped from Europe, it would cost me basically $300 a kilogram. Now, for 3 kilograms, let's just say 280. We were able to get a kilogram of that yellow for like $145 a piece. It's significant savings. And the magenta and the pyrrole red were even like actually more there seems to be more of a markup in the American markets for those, interestingly enough. So but a kilogram of pyrrole red is probably like, whew, a kilogram of pyrrole red is probably 45 tubes ish, 40 to 45 tubes on its own. Where a kilogram of the yellow is probably 20 tubes. Probably 20-ish tubes. So, we have the Polish Kramer pigment connection, everybody. So for all you pigment freaks out there, I know a guy in Krakow, Poland. Do we need to do anything more with this for today? Might be good to get the eyes off of it now. I got one more mark I think I could make. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on doing anything more with the skull because I might burn it. If anybody feels strongly on this skull, I don't know what I want to do with it yet. Because we could raise it up and melt it. I like the sideways clock. like the sideways clock a lot. I think that's kind of at the core of this piece. There you go. Krakow does have very good sausage, I see. Do you live by the Polish border? My dad was just in Krakow, essentially. And he went to Zakopane. Oh, there you go, yeah. Sad. Sad, I see. Alright. We're gonna call it here. Let's clean up. Yeah, we'll think about it. This is gonna be done. This is only gonna be a 2-session painting, everybody, so you know, we gotta make that decision for next time. But I'm fairly confident this will be done next session. Did I just put the wrong end in here? I think I did. Oh, that's paint on my hand. Because the crotch got ripped out. Swipe it off. A pulsar? I don't know what that is, Icy. What do you mean, God damn it? God damn it. It's a shame. Yeah. That's why we have to use the D-wipes. We're gonna have to use a D-wipe on the crotchless glove hand. I think this painting is nice and simple. Made for Danish hot dog. Ooh, okay. Have you ever been to Chicago, Icy? Nope. If you do ever get over here, make sure you have a Vienna hot dog. A Vienna beef hot dog. They are very good. Also, make sure you get a Reuben. Yeah, Blick stores aren't bad, Todd. They're not, like, crazy, but, you know, it's a quality store. You'll find a lot of shit there. A Vienna beef Chicago dog. That's the Chicago brand for hot dogs. Vienna. They have, like, at their manufacturing plant, they also have a hot dog restaurant, and like they have a restaurant in there that you could just go to, and it's fucking awesome. You could buy a case of 40 hot dogs and get yourself a Reuben. It's fucking awesome. For family parties, my dad would send me there. He's like, we need like 2 cases of hot dogs, and like, you know, buy yourself a Reuben or something. It was a little bit of a pain in the ass to get to, but I did like that store. Absolutely. You know, you should try Italian beef. Just don't, son of a bitch, Maddie. Don't go to like Al's or don't go to a chain. Go to like a self-owned store if you're getting Italian beef. But if you're by Northwestern, there's a lot of good like Thai and you're right by a good Thai, Vietnamese, and African neighborhood. They might, Icy. Well, that's why you got to start your alpha male transformation. All right, start taking those red pills, Icy. Start taking those red pills, and you'll be fine. Okay. Frankly, they might give you citizenship if you do that. And who wouldn't want to be a permanent citizen of the United States right now? It's the best country in the world. Hi, Mizu. Thank you. All right. Last thing we need to do while you're all here. Time to wipe the D. Live and uncensored. You have to watch this. You have to stay here and watch the whole thing. Not the D wipes. Oh, God. This is depraved. Lord. Oh, it's like more pain. Jesus Christ. You all are sick. Depraved. I have not, but I could raid PJs. I could raid PJs today. For a price. I'm kidding. For one oily point. I'm kidding. Should I make that a redeem? Okay. Done. I only need 99%. I only need 99%. All right, D has been wiped. All right. Let's find somebody to raid. That's what... Oh, that's not bad return. 99%. Oh, fuck. I just ran ads. Jesus Christ, I just ran ads. I'm sorry. Who gives a shit? That was an accident. I need that ad money. I need that sweet, delicious ad money. All right, we have Princess PJs. We gotta wait for these ads now. Make sure we don't have any rare friends on. No, oh, it's PJs. Well, it took you long enough to figure it out, Mud. Go. All right. That's on you. Not me. But you. You too, Amizu. Thanks for hanging out.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Get this tape off of here. Gotta wait for ads. So I get all of that delicious ad money. Listen, Icy, Oily points are the currency of the future, okay? You could live off of 2 oily points a year in a lot of countries. In a lot of countries, you could live off of 2 oily points a year. I can't help it that my mods and stuff are only, you know, in basically the United States. That's their fault. They should move. They should move. You know, they should avoid getting those matcha lattes every day. See, like Dia. Yeah, Dia's moving because of the oily point conversion rate. The only reason why Dia's moving is because of the oily point conversion rate. It's smart. Should we actually turn oily points into a cryptocurrency, everybody? Like, should I link oily points to cryptocurrency? That would be pretty fucking funny. How difficult it is to create your own cryptocurrency. Oh, you're alright, I see. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. That is enough on its own. If I only had 300 million more like you... I'm kidding. I do really appreciate it, though. Alright, so... there we go. Blocking's done. Alright, let's rate Princess PJ's. Looks like they're painting Satan. Satan and it looks like a flying demon. So that should be exciting. We like gothic art here. Thank you for hanging out, Yambari. Dia, always nice to see you. Maddie, have a good night. Icy, have a great night. Omizu. Anybody else is still there? Greenbag, I'll see you in hell. Thank you, Dia. And till next time, which will be Wednesday. Wednesday's next stream. Be well, and we'll see everybody soon. Oh, bye-bye.
Drinks you can take.